Innovation is a messy business. For every successful product that changes the world, there are countless others that, despite their ambition, fall flat on their face. Sometimes the technology is ahead of its time, other times the market isn't ready, and sometimes, the idea is just plain bad. Here are 12 revolutionary inventions that failed spectacularly. The Ford Edsel. Ford invested a staggering amount of money into the Edsel in the late 1950s, aiming to create a new high-end car to compete with Oldsmobile and Buick. However, a combination of an unappealing design, the vertical grille, was widely mocked. A national recession and quality control issues led to its commercial failure. The Edsel has become a textbook case study in marketing and product launch failures. 11. Google Glass. Billed as the future of wearable technology, Google Glass was an ambitious product that allowed users to access information and take photos hands-free. Despite its advanced features, it failed due to a high price point. Privacy concerns: people were creeped out by the idea of being secretly recorded, and a design that made early adopters look, as the media called them, glass souls. 10. The Segway. When it was unveiled in 2001, the Segway was supposed to revolutionize personal transportation and change how cities were designed. Its inventor, Dean Kamen, and its investors had sky-high hopes. However, the Segway's high cost, limited practicality in most urban environments, and legal restrictions on where it could be used relegated it to a niche market for tourists and security guards. 9. The Nintendo Virtual Boy. In the mid-1990s, Nintendo made a bold attempt to bring virtual reality to the masses with the Virtual Boy. The system used red and black graphics and a bulky headset. It was an instant commercial disaster due to its uncomfortable design, lack of compelling games, and the fact that it was known to cause headaches and eye strain. 8. Betamax. This is a classic example of how a superior technology can lose a format war. Sony's Betamax was technologically more advanced than its rival. VHS, however, VHS tapes offered longer recording times, and JVC, the creator of VHS, was more willing to license its technology to other companies. This ultimately led to VHS dominating the market and Betamax's slow, spectacular decline. 7. The Apple Newton. A precursor to the modern-day smartphone and tablet, the Apple Newton was a personal digital assistant (PDA) with a touchscreen and a stylus for handwriting recognition. While it was revolutionary for its time, its high price, large size, and notoriously inaccurate handwriting recognition, famously parodied on The Simpsons, led to its discontinuation. However, many of its concepts laid the groundwork for future Apple products like the iPhone and iPad. 6. Microsoft Zune. Microsoft's attempt to take on Apple's wildly successful iPod music player was a lesson in poor timing. Launched in 2006, the Zune was a solid device with some innovative features, like wireless song sharing. However, the iPod had already cornered the market and built a massive ecosystem of users and content. The Zune never gained significant traction and was discontinued. 5. The DeLorean DMC-12. With its iconic Gullwing doors and a stainless steel body, the DeLorean was a car that looked like it came from the future. Unfortunately, its futuristic design couldn't compensate for its poor performance, high price, and the legal issues of its founder, John DeLorean. Its failure was so complete that the company went bankrupt, though its role as a time machine in the Back to the Future films cemented its cult status. 4. New Coke. In one of the most infamous marketing blunders of all time, Coca-Cola decided to change its original formula in 1985 to compete with the sweeter taste of Pepsi. The public reaction was swift and overwhelmingly negative. Millions of loyal customers demanded the return of the original formula, forcing the company to bring back Coca-Cola Classic just 79 days later. 3. The Sinclair C5. Sir Clive Sinclair, a British inventor known for his home computers, launched the C5 in 1985. It was a one-person, battery-powered electric vehicle meant to be a revolution in personal transport. However, it was plagued by a number of issues, including its low speed, lack of protection from the elements, and poor public perception. The company went into receivership within months. 2. Iridium satellites. This project was an ambitious plan in the 1990s to create a global satellite phone network. The idea was to use a constellation of 66 satellites to provide phone service anywhere in the world. The technology was ahead of its time, but the service was prohibitively expensive, and the phones were large and clunky. The company filed for bankruptcy in 1999 as cell phone technology rapidly improved. 1. The Juicero. In a more recent example of a spectacularly failed invention, Juicero was a Wi-Fi-enabled juicing machine that squeezed prepackaged bags of fruit and vegetables. The company raised over $120 million, but its elaborate technology was exposed as a flop when it was revealed that the juice packets could be squeezed just as easily by hand. The product's high price and unnecessary technology made it a target of ridicule and led to the company's shutdown.